So you know that feeling of feeling like invincible? Like you're this super disciplined guy who's doing all of the good habits, you're staying away from the bad habits, you're not eating junk food, you're going to the gym, you're putting in the hard work that you know will get you to your goals. And yet, you relapse. This one thing happened. You eat junk food again. You break your intermittent fasting streak, or something happens that starts to make you doubt that identity that you have of you being a really disciplined guy, and suddenly you no longer know if you're truly disciplined or if just a wavering thing that comes and goes. So honestly, I was doing all of the good habits and stuff, and yet there were still some key parts that I was still playing video games, I was still eating junk food, and honestly those things I really wanted to get rid of, but I wasn't my discipline was something that I felt like it would come and go, and it wasn't this truly steady thing that I am totally disciplined. And until I found this thing that I want to teach you about today. And before we get into that, I have to make it clear, what is discipline? It might be is discipline doing hard, grunting work? Is it grunting while you're in the gym, stuff like that? Honestly, it's not. And Ryan Holiday, if you don't know Ryan Holiday, he's a stoic author, really cool guy, I really like his books, and he put it in a better way that I could put it. It's that discipline is feeling a certain way, but then not acting in accordance to that feeling. So you feel that you don't want to go to the gym, but you go to the gym. You feel like not doing something. You feel the feeling of not wanting to do something, but you do it anyways. You feel like eating junk food, but you don't do it because you're disciplined. So I just wanted to make that clear before we start. So, the secret to unbreakable discipline is to make your bed. Make your bed. You've probably heard that phrase before. Making your bed is the best way to start the day. Make your bed and everything will be okay. Stuff like that. And why is that? There's really this United States soldier, or I think he's a super high ranking general. He's made a book called Make Your Bed, and he's said that making your bed is essentially the key to unbreakable discipline. But why is that? And it's because when you're doing small things that you don't want to do, you're essentially building up your discipline skill, because discipline is a skill. It's something that you can increase. When you do things that you don't want to do, or when you do things that you didn't feel like doing, you're essentially increasing your discipline skill. And making your bed is the easiest way to increase your discipline skill. Why is that? Well, it's because it's a small thing that you don't want to do, and yet you do it. And it's this idea that it's not the big things, David Goggins going on a 20-mile run that makes us disciplined. It's doing things like when there's food is coming at a table, dinner's being served, and it's a nice meal of warm pasta, you're really hungry, you've just had you've hit the gym really hard, and the pasta's in front of you, and yet you wait for everybody to sit down at the table, for somebody to say, alright, bon appetit, and then you start eating. That's the real discipline. The real discipline is keeping your room clean. It's making your bed in the morning. It's having the discipline to let air into your room because it smells like ass. If you can't do small acts of discipline throughout the day, you will not keep that steady discipline that will get you to your dreams and goals. And so essentially, by just starting to analyze your life and to see small acts of discipline that you could do, for example, taking the stairs instead of the elevators, keeping your room clean, not letting stinky clothes on the floor all the time. And what this will do is that you'll just start to it's a progressive overload of your discipline skill. So as you start to do the smaller acts of discipline throughout the day, you'll see that the bigger acts will feel easier because you've just been disciplined throughout the whole day. You've woken up, and then you've made your bed, and then you've opened your curtains, you've let air into your room. You've done all of these small acts of discipline, and then the big one feels much. Apologies, I just had to move. So the idea behind this is that doing small acts of discipline throughout the day will make you more disciplined, but also that you have to progressively overload the skill of discipline. For example, if you're starting in the gym, you might have to sacrifice 1 or 2 hours to hit a workout per week. But then if you want to start to make more muscle, it might be 3 to 4 hours. Then you might have to start being disciplined in your diet. Then you might have to actually correct the way you sleep. And then you might get to a point where you have you're tracking everything you eat, you're tracking the hours you spend in the gym, the reps you do, all of these things. So it's essentially, in order to make more progress, you just have to progressively overload your skill of discipline to the point where it gets you to your results, and you're disciplined enough to do the hard work, which will get you what you want. So an actionable step you can do right now is simply go make your bed. Go make your bed right now. Go make it look like, I don't know, just a tiny bit better. Just make it look a tiny bit better. Please do it. Alright, that was all for today. I hope this helped you, and I cannot wait to see the progress that you make. Cheers, bro.